Well guys, today's harvest day for my lettuce, and just giving you guys an update on everything else. We still got some growth going here. My peas, or my green beans, didn't really work out. we still got 3 plants doing alright, but the rest of them are gone. And this stuff's doing pretty good. I mean, there's some things doing well. And unfortunately, a lot of my pepper plants just don't seem like they're going to recover. There's still just a ridiculous amount of bugs. I washed them all off. They came right back. I spray them every day. They just keep coming. So I just don't know. I just don't know. You can see. I mean, I just don't know what else to do. I've been spraying. It's not helping. I mean, it helps. It gets rid of them, but I mean, they just come back. They come right back the next day. You're spraying every day, and it's not. They're just not going away. So these ones are all knocked over, but they're still doing all right, I guess. Seems like they are. So we'll keep spraying them, but I might have to just go through and just cut my losses on the pepper plants, because these are kind of recovering. These ones in here seem like they're recovering decently, but like these over here, they are not doing anything. They're dying. These right here, they're not really doing much, and they're all overridden with bugs too. So I don't know. I really want to get rid of this container over here, this big one. It's just too much to deal with. These, I don't know if you guys remember me putting these in here. These were little seedlings. They are just like shooting up like crazy. And you can see how big they are. You can't tell where one ends and the other begins. It's like a forest in there. And my polar pop hydroponics are in here too still. It's kind of hard to see, but grab it here. These are green beans, or yeah, green beans. They're doing good in my little polar pop hydroponics, and I'm not getting as much evaporation out of that too. That's kind of nice. Seems to be a little bit more insulated. And of course, let me show you this. We got these seedlings too that I planted not very long ago. They're taking off too like crazy. Look at that. The size of the leaf on that one. My cucumbers, I don't know, I switched out the nutrients, and I'm going a lot higher on the phosphorus and potassium, trying to do something. We got tons of cucumbers forming. I don't know about this leaf stuff here. It's just got these yellow wings around the leaves. But then the new growth isn't as bad. You can see the size of that leaf there. And like I said, I mean, they just got all kinds of cucumbers going since I switched those nutrients around. And I'm doing the same thing. I did the same thing with my tomato plant because I've only got one tomato on it. But it is growing. I mean, it's at the ceiling now. It's really taken off. So hopefully up in the potassium is really gonna kickstart the fruiting. And then we got these peppers over here not doing real good. They're still ate up with bugs. So then we got my sunflower, which was leaning over on those, and so they kind of got ate up a little bit. Pick that off there. But it's kind of funny how it's worked out, because it's just naturally it was leaned over. And it's just, as it's worked its root system, it's just naturally stood back up. And now it's really, really nice and tall. But it used to be like almost at a right angle here. So you can tell it's really straightening out. And we got this stuff here taking off nicely. And it's got nice, you can tell it's just got nice green. So I think part of the problem with my cucumber was I didn't have enough nitrogen, maybe. So we'll see what that next nutrient stuff does. And then you can see my lettuce here is just, I mean, it's just looking terrific. It's got great color, really soft, just good size. I think it's really ready to harvest. There's a couple of runts over there, but 9% of it's really taken off and done well. So we're going to go ahead and harvest out the lettuce plants, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to refill the nutrients in there, and probably take some of these, maybe all of them, maybe take all of these and all the little ones that I've planted in this container here, and put them in there, maybe space them, you know, not because they can't be spaced like that lettuce is. So maybe just like go one out of every 3 or something, and kind of skip around it a little bit. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this sunflower. I might just leave it in here, just for the hell of it. But we gotta harvest this lettuce and then figure out what we're gonna do. You can see here how much it's nutrients it's used. It's probably below halfway now. This used to be level with the top of it, so it's still floating. So there's still some in there, but I'd say it's getting pretty close to bottoming out on some of these roots. I don't know what exactly they look like, but we'll see. Let's go grab our bowl here and start chopping. So this should be a fairly simple job. I got my 5-gallon bucket here and my knife. We're just gonna pull these out. That's what they look like. And you could, you know, I've cut these before and regrown them, and you can do that a few times before they get bitter. But I'm just going to cut these and be done with them. there you have it. We got our lettuce 5-gallon bucket packed full. And I'll tell you the best thing about this that I've seen is that there is absolutely no algae growth on any of this. I mean, look at those pretty white roots on everything. So that's a really good sign, because that was a concern for me. But that just shows you how good of a fit I've got here. It's not letting any sunlight down through there, so perfect. So I might try to move. I'll go ahead and drain this out, refill it up, get the nutrients in there, and I really love this method, and I really wish I would have done this from the beginning. So I would highly recommend this, especially for a greenhouse, because you don't have to worry about the rain getting in there and messing up your levels and having to drain it off, and the wind picking this up and blowing it off. You don't have to worry about any of that. So that's terrific. It worked perfectly. It's especially going to be good probably for something like that, because stuff like, you know, some of these bigger vegetables, they really suck the water up, and you can really, you know, lose focus for a day and let them run out. This tomato plant's getting so big here that, I mean, he's going, if I don't change out his nutrients every week, which basically I do, because what he does every week is it just sucks all this nutrients and water out of this 5-gallon bucket. So I mean, he's going through like 4 gallons a week, probably less than that, really, less than a week probably. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna move those in here, and then I'm gonna go through all my pepper plants, and I'm gonna hose them down again, hose down all the containers, switch out the nutrients, blah blah blah. Even though it doesn't work, every time I do it, it gets rid of the bugs for one day. But all I can do is just keep trying. I mean, look at all these dead bugs in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm really trying, guys. I just don't know. I don't think we're gonna get peppers this year. Hopefully everything else makes it. So we're gonna go through with a hose and spray all the bugs off everything, and then I'm gonna prune all the leaves off that they've decimated. Which, for stuff like this, I mean, look, there ain't no leaves left on it. But luckily these are shooting out some new shoots. I don't know if you can see, but they are shooting out new stuff, new growth there. So that is something. But there's probably at least 3 or 4 of these pepper plants that I should get rid of and consolidate these containers down. Like this one's already got 2 empty slots on it. I'll probably get rid of all these in this container over here, because I mean, there's nothing going with these. There wasn't anything going with them even before I pruned them. So, and a couple of these are looking pretty pathetic. So we'll figure it out. I'm probably not going to catch a lot of this on camera because it's starting to rain. So I got to get all this stuff out of here so I can reach that and get it drained out. So I'll catch you guys back when I'm done. Alright, let's see here. Got zeroed out with the bowl on there. Alright. I still gotta wash these off when I'm weigh them first. We got exactly 11 ounces there. Hopefully you can see that, but there we go. 11 ounces. I'm just gonna put that in the sink, ready to wash up. Oh, 15 ounces. Another 15 ounces. Whoops. Oh, goodness. I think I'm going to stop it and start washing here. We're running out of sink. All right, let's continue. My scale shut off. Whoops. 0. There we go. Maybe a couple more bowls here. Oh. 14 ounces. Overflowing leafy greens. Wow, that's a pound. Finally got a one that was a pound. I wasn't quite sure I was gonna be able to get enough in that bowl for a pound. Let's see here. All right, one more bowl here. Maybe a small bowl. And I'm gonna save probably a bowl of this without washing it for the chickens. So there you go, that's all of it. About 7 ounces in that one. So we'll finish cleaning it up and we'll get it packaged. There you go, guys, our lettuce harvest is complete. These Ziploc bags work really good just for packaging it up. And I got a nice little bowl here with some for the chickens. Alright guys, we're done. We got our plants moved over to here. We got it filled up. We got the nutrients in there. And I don't know, man, I give up on these pepper plants. There's too many bugs, too big of a infestation, and it's killed all of them. I mean, all the leaves are dead. The roots are rotten. You know, you're supposed to have nice white roots, and it's just not working out. So this is what I did. I took all the leaves off all of them. These I'm going to chop a little lower. But I took all the leaves off all of them, and I'm going to chop them down. I'll probably chop these like right here, a little lower. But I'm just going to chop them all off. These I left just to see if these peppers will ripen. We'll see. So I don't know, man. I mean, I guess experiment, since seems to be a pretty much utter failure. I can't get control of the bugs. And I sprayed all this off real good, cleaned everything. But I mean, there's only so much you can do when they're coming right back the next day. You can't sit here and spray them down with a water hose and get all the bugs off every day. And the neem oil and everything else, I mean, it just wasn't, I couldn't get control of it. So I don't know, guys, that's what I got to do. I'm just going to try it. You know, we got the lettuce harvest at least, so at least I contributed something. I got harvested the lettuce, and these plants seem to be doing fine. I mean, there is literally like 99% of the bugs are on these pepper plants. And there's just like a few here and there, and there's absolutely no eggs or anything like that on the other plants. So that just tells me right there that it's just kind of residual effects from all the ones that are on the pepper plants. So it does space it out a little better, you know. I basically just picked out the pepper plants that have the best roots, and those are the ones that I'm putting up in the greenhouse and cutting off like that. And the rest of them I either threw away or I put down here. I'm going to leave them outside. And these ones I cut all the way down to the bottom. I mean, there's just a little stem there, so we'll see what happens to them. I thought that'd be just a neat little experiment to try. See how, if they come back, and if they come back, what they look like. When you cut them off that low, there's 3 more here. And then these are my strawberry plants that just haven't done anything. I'm not taking any more space up with them either. They're coming outside. They can live or they can die. And then I also took 2 of them here, and I'm going to plant them in this container in the ground, or in the dirt. And we'll see what that does. So, when life gives you failure, you just gotta use it as an opportunity, and that's what I'm going to do. A little bit of experimentation, see what happens. So anyway, that's where we're at. I think I like the spacing a lot better, just a lot better, a lot more room. You know, that might be an issue too. I'm just trying to do too much with too little space. So, and I also sprayed all around the bottom and with some insecticides just to be safe there. This one doesn't want to stay up. Stay up, buddy. There you go. So we'll see what happens. These guys got some space to grow now, at least. I can get to everything easier. Probably just gonna be better setup overall. And then you can see here, most of these I planted, but then I didn't plant some of them. You know, I have empty spaces, so I just put an empty rock wool cube in there because that's what I had laying around. So, and I hosed all these down too when I transferred them just to make sure. But like I said, I mean, there was just a bug here or there, and just not really anything too major to speak of. And really, I think that would be just totally taken under control with another dose of spraying. So So I'm just going to keep up the spraying just to make sure, you know, you can't let it go. And hopefully this gets me in a position where I can control everything. So I think that's going to be about it for this one. We got a pretty good amount of lettuce. And we're also going to be harvesting a chicken. And I'm going to make a video about that. And so it's going to be a pretty good day, I think. These things happen. The other thing too is I do have these other ones over here that I'm thinking about putting in the ground. I might just go ahead and try to bury those too. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get something out of these pumpkins and watermelons and zucchini and cucumbers, tomatoes, peas, or green beans. I keep calling them peas. I'm kind of excited about my my green beans doing all right, you know. My little polar pop setup. It's kind of neat. So that'll be it for this one. Hope everybody else is having better luck than me, and hopefully this Shed Wars can be on the upward track from here on out. So thanks for watching.